Suppose you are taking part online quiz exam and among 10 questions you missed one. So after the quiz submissions, will you get 100% mark? No. So you made a mistake previously, so the mark should not be the 100%. The same thing happens when a reactant is reacting and then product is not up to the mark. The product is not expected because the percentage of yield. And in this class, I shall be explaining about the percentage of yield, why it's not 100%. Before going to explain it, we need to know one word that is very important, which is annular. Do you know what is called annular? The substance which is almost pure, the purest substance is called annular or annular grade substance, almost 99% pure. So those substances are 99% pure, they are called annular. But usually in real life, getting 100% pure reactant is almost impossible. So as there is not pure, so the expected amount of productions is not produced, and then we got the percentage of yield, because to get it we need to know two things: what is the calculated value and what is the experimented value. Then we can find the percentage of yield of a reactant. How come? Suppose, okay, before going to explain it, we need to know one more thing, that what are the process of purifications. You know some methods that the process of purifications is done, like crystallizations, like distillations and frictional distillations, or even chromatography. Through this process, some things being purified. But though there are some procedure that fails to prepare the 100% pure reactant or pure substance. Suppose magnesium, which is given, and oxygen is reacting each other and they are producing magnesium oxide. So as you say that the amount of magnesium is given, I'm just coming with the explanation, and is reacting with the required amount of oxygen. So the amount of oxygen is okay, but the expected value which is coming from the calculation is not getting up to the mark, because these magnesium are not pure. This magnesium is impure, and for that process the amount of product that was supposed to be produced is not producing due to the impurities, because it's not 100% pure. And that is why this concept is coming out like percentage of yield. I'm just getting the examples from your books. Suppose 2 gram metallic magnesium reacts with necessary amount of oxygen of yield 3.25 gram magnesium oxide. Suppose it was saying like 2 gram magnesium, and then it yield how much? 3.25 gram. 3.25 gram. This data is given as because when 2 gram magnesium was oxidized, then from the experiment we got 3.25 gram. Now we need to find out what are the percentage of yield. Now you think the reaction should be balanced. So we need to remove it and we need to put equal here. Now you think there is 2 oxygen atom, here is 1, so we need to make it 2, and as magnesium is 2, it should be 2 also. Now the reaction is balanced, and then we need to find out the molecular mass. As we know, the atomic mass of magnesium is 24, so this is 24 times 2, that is 48, and here 24 plus 16, that is actually 40. So 40 times 2 is actually 80. So from the calculation we are seeing that 48 gram magnesium, if it is oxidized with required amount of oxygen, it will produce 80 gram. Its calculated value. So from the calculation we need to find out that how much magnesium oxide will be produced from 2 gram magnesium. Now you think 48 gram magnesium is producing 80 gram magnesium oxide. So 1 gram magnesium is producing like this. Okay, so now you think this 2 gram magnesium will be produced 80 times 2, 48. So from the calculation we got 160 divided by 48, which is 3.33 gram. So now you can simply see that what is the observation, that it was supposed to produce 3.33 gram magnesium oxide, but it's not producing, it's producing only 3.25. It is definitely less than expected, and because this magnesium was not pure, and that is why the percentage of yield will come. So that from these equations, if I want to find out the percentage of yield, so I see the actual yield, actually 3.25 was the actual yield. So this is 3.25, and from the calculation you got 3.33. As because this denominator would be always higher than the numerator, because it's the percentage of yield, because it's not the 100%, it's not the purest. If it was purest, it was 3.33, because if they calculated the 3.33. Now I got the percentage, and now like if I divide 3.25 divided by 3.33, it's almost 97%. Yes, 97.59. That means 97.6% is the percentage of yield. I mean, this magnesium was pure like 97%, not 100%. So this is something that, as some students may forget, what is the experiment and what is the calculation. The experiment is what will be given in the question, but the calculation is that what you will do in your exam paper. That is the calculation. Now another question. Task is, when heat is applied to 80 grams calcium carbonate, it yields 39 gram calcium oxide. Now what is the percentage of yield? It has to be determined. So suppose two data is given. So I'm just removing it. Okay. So let's see what should be the task which is already given in your papers. Now we need to think about the equations. Calcium carbonate is being heated, so that calcium oxide and carbon dioxide will be produced. Now time to calculate the molecular mass. 14, 12, 16 into 3 is 48. So it's altogether 100. And in case of calcium oxide, it's 40 plus oxygen is 16. It's 56 gram. So from my calculation, I'm observing that from 100 gram calcium carbonate, 56 gram calcium oxide was supposed to produce. But from the data, when say that 80 gram calcium carbonate the burnt, but calcium oxide was produced 39 gram. Now we need to think. See, so you are sure that from 100 gram calcium oxide, 56 calcium carbonate actually, calcium carbonate 56 gram calcium oxide is producing. So from 1 gram, 56 by 100 gram calcium oxide. Now from 80 gram, so see, from 80 gram of calcium carbonate, 56, 80 over 100. So you see that 5.6 times 8. So we can say that 5.6 times 8 is 44.8 gram. 44.8 gram. Now you see that the expected amount is high than the experimented amount. Okay, so the percentage of yield, is 39 was experimented. 39 is less, but from the calculation I got 44.8 upon 100%. Now I think that what is the percentage? So 3900 divided by 44.8, 87% almost. So 87% is the percentage of yield in case of calcium oxide. Now you think, do you understand the calculation? Do you understand the concept? Because the percentage of yield should be not 100%, as because the reactant is not purest. It's not analar is always, because the purification process sometimes fails to produce the purest substance, and hence the percentage of yield concept came on. So at first always remember that the nominator will be the percentage of yield, the actual yield from experiment and the actual yield from the calculation. The calculation you will do will be always there, and it will be always bigger than this. So this is the concept. I hope you understand, and of course after watching this video, do let me know that do you really understand and is it beneficiary, and of course let me know your feedback. Take care, stay well, bye.